Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winter 25 Battle Court Championship. Tonight's game day will be between the Renegades and the Fireballs. Let's begin with player introductions for tonight's game day. Out first, we have the number 3 seed, the Renegades. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 92, Flores. From Pau, France, number 14, Stan. From Miami, Florida, number 7, Ben. From Mutriku in the Basque Country, number 40, Golanaga. From Zumaya in the Basque Country, number 38, Urbieta. And the captain from Mutriku in the Basque Country, number 20, Gasheri. And now the number 1 seed, the Fireballs. From Miami, Florida, number 8, Jedin. From Miami, Florida, number 48, Cabrera. From Manila in the Philippines, number 12, Ra. From Bidar, France, number 28, Lalu. From Saint Palais, France, number 21, Urrutia. And the captain from Mutriku in the Basque Country, number 87, Arats. And with that, the players salute you, the fans, and we are ready to begin tonight's championship game day. The players salute, and we will begin. And now, the outstanding pitcher quickly rose to prominence during the 1997 season, helping lead the Marlins to their first World Series title. He was named both the National League Championship Series and World Series MVP, highlighted by a record-setting 15 strikeout performance in the NLCS and victories in Games 1 and 5 of the World Series. Please give a warm welcome to Levon Hernandez, here to present the ball for tonight's first serve. And with that now, presenting it to Stan of the Renegades, serving first in tonight's match, we will begin tonight's game day. And with the introductions aside, I want to welcome everybody into a special edition, the Winter 25 Battle Court season. It is Championship Night. I'm Andrew Blackman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you tonight's contest between the Renegades and the Fireballs. How you doing tonight here, Stu?
Fantastic. Love a good final, and tonight a good final we will have.
Yes, it is a best-of-7 series, as were the semifinals, so the first team to win 4 matches will be crowned Battle Court champion. We will begin here with Division 6 doubles. That'll be Stan and Flores for the Renegades up against Jedin and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Again, after that, we'll go to Goanaga and Urbieta against Urrutia and Cabrera. Then go Sherry and Ben against Lalu and Arats. Then match 4 will feature Goanaga and Flores against Jedin and Cabrera. Then match 5, go Sherry and Urbieta, go up against Urrutia and Arats. Match 6, Stan and Ben against Lalu and Cabrera. And if we need a 7th match, that will be a 1-set tiebreaker determined by the higher-seeded team. That was the Fireballs, #1 seed in the regular season. So they chose Lalu and Cabrera against Stan and Ben, again, if we need that tiebreaker. Beginning first here with Division 6, Stan, ready to serve.
Stan serves. Our final has begun with an overserve. That's the first fault. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Second serve by Stan is good. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, first team to win 4 matches wins the championship. Here's the scoop and return by Cabrera. Backhand by Flores. Low runner scooped up by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all will score. Jedin and Cabrera are on the board first here for the Fireballs. Jedin has a serve.
And Fireballs coming into this matchup, top-seeded team in the regular season, won the semifinal over the Warriors. Renegades finished as the #3 seed in the regular season, upset victory over the Devils to give themselves a shot at their 3rd title. Fireballs looking for their first.
Is served by Jedin, backhand by Flores. Is scooped by Cabrera, back at 12-line. Robote, that rebound, saved. Jedin attacks, lets it pass. Here's Cabrera, backhand, hard to the inside, scoop by Flores. Cabrera from the 9-line. Robote, saved by Stan. Cabrera moves in from the 6. Stands there, backhand. Robote left side. Stan cuts it off. Straight back. Robote forehand is saved by Cabrera. Big bounce to the 9-line. Here's Flores. Backhand to the inside. Cabrera's there. Backhand 2-all. Lands in and scores 2 for 2 on that backhand 2-all to Guillermina. Jedin serves.
Backhand 2-all is kind of Cabrera's shot really this season. It works a little bit better in these lower-level doubles matches, and very effective here in Division 6, playing against this Stan and Flores team. 0-10 in the regular season. Jedin Cabrera, one of the top teams in this division, tied for the best record at 9-1. So again, pretty big advantage here for the Fireballs to start off in the opening match. Got Cabrera, 97.5% catch rate, top 10 on the roster. You got Stan, who's one of the lowest.
Stan picks the serve. That ball's floating, and Jedin stops a powerful forehand. Dividal Robote, saved by Flores.
Tough save.
Here's Cabrera backhand. Flores on the forehand from the 12-line. Jedin left side, backhand. That ball touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. Point 4, Stan and Flores. Stan serves.
Yeah, backhand was pretty close to that overhead screen the entire length of the court, and just catching a piece here back around the 10 or 11 line. A pretty good play, I mean, so far for both these teams. Flores was coming off a pretty good semifinal. He caught probably one of his best days in the backcourt.
Cabrera on the backhand to the inside. Flores from the 11 line. Backhand 2-all. Caught in the air by Jedin. Jedin from the front court. Hard. Cabrera picks it up. The 2-all by Cabrera will open and score. Well executed by Cabrera, giving the Fireballs 3 points and the serve.
I mean, you can't emphasize enough what Cabrera has meant to this Fireballs team this year. Frozen in Division 5. I mean, he catches one of the best players on the roster. We heard he's top 10 in total catch rate. And he's up there with probably like a 4th level player, and he's there in Division 5 with a lot of damage.
Cabrera from the 10 line. Here's the backhand. A little clip. Puts it on the forehand of Flores. Cabrera on the bounce, high on the left side. Big backhand by Cabrera. Robote. Backhand 2-all, stand for the scoop, stops it on the forehand. That ball tipped by Cabrera. 2 points for Stan and Flores of the Renegades. Stan serves.
Well, that's one that Cabrera can either take coming at him or let it come off the back wall and play the Robote. I mean, it's a very difficult scoop, and at that big of a bounce, I mean, you would have had a pretty easy chance to save that Robote. It's one of the best left side catchers on the roster, can't question it, but just a second point now for the Renegades. Only 1 point lead early.
Fault, underserve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Stan with a fine catch, big backhand. This is the Robote. That rebound off the back wall played by Jedden. Caught by Stan. Stan high and hard to the back wall. Robote coming out. Flores forehand from the 11 line. Flores again from the 11 line. Robote by Jedden to the inside. Flores picks it up on the scoop. Cabrera, low runner, caught in the air by Stan. Robote forehand by Jedden, straight back and tipped at the 11 line. 4 points for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Jedden serves.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really ask for much more for this Renegades team to start off. Both Flores and Stan are catching beautifully. I guess the thing you want a little bit more of is just more aggression up. I mean, overall, you're not really going to out-catch Jedden and Cabrera. We've already talked about how great Cabrera is in the back. Jedden has stepped up in the second half of the season, so start to shoot something and end these points quickly and try to do it in your favor.
Robote, forehand by Jedden to the inside. That stays inside and scores. Will throw him 5 points for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Possible set point.
Yeah, tough one. Stayed inside. Try to pick it up on the bounce. It was a high scoop and right off the tip. 5-2. Couple of quick points and now a chance to close out this first set.
Ball tipped, point, and set for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs, taking the first set 6-2. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. So pretty much straightforward play by both the Fireballs and the Renegades.
Yeah, Jedden and Cabrera 2-0 in the regular season against Stan and Flores, 6-2, 6-0. Back on February 28th and 6-2, 6-2 on April 21st. 6-2 there in the first set and more of the same.
Some replays from that first set. Backhand 2-all again. Cabrera not throwing it willy-nilly. He's looking at his opponents, and if he sees both of them moving to the inside, standing about mid-court, looking to the inside, that's when he's going to throw it. At least that's what he told me before he went out tonight. Yeah. Worked for him tonight, so worked for him, both times, so.
Yeah, well, you see, I mean, you saw in that last replay, takes a look at the back wall, sees where the defense is. Here, it's pretty clear. Both Renegades to the inside. You throw the 2-wall, opens up. We've seen that from Cabrera in singles play. He's developed that costado really nicely this season. You haven't seen a transformation quite like that. And there you see Jedden. How about his play? The last, I said half of the season, the last 30 has really been spectacular. And a big reason why the Fireballs won that semifinal and didn't have to go to a tiebreaker. Jedden made a clutch catch late in that third set of the 6th match in the semifinal against the Warriors. And here the Fireballs are, and Jedden played a big role and hoping to do so again tonight.
You're watching Battle Court. This is the final. The championship.
Yes, it is.
For winter 2025. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Focus on the Renegades. See Flores and Stan there on the bench. Ben's in the hoodie. Ben was yelling pretty loud about that overhead screen before. It's like it's like the ref didn't. Well, I think, and you know me. You know me. I'll sit back here quietly and gently for at least 1 or 2 of those. I recognize that everybody's on edge tonight with the final, but it's like, dude, if you want to judge, we can arrange that for next year, but you got a contract that says you're a player. Second set's ready to begin.
Yeah, it feels like a must-win here for the Fireballs to begin tonight. Again, you got Gosheri and Goenaga playing 4 of the next 5 matches after this one. Renegades favored in all 4 of those. In this best of 7, Fireballs, I mean, just a must-win here so far. Playing great. Close out the first set, see if they can do it in set 2.
Stan serves. Our second set has begun with an overserve. Fault. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Jedden picks this serve. Drop shot to the inside. Stan gets there. And the kill shot lands in and scores. Well executed by Stan. Both on the catch and the throw. Stan and Flores first up on the board in the second set. Stan serves.
Well, Stan with a great read right here. You know, he's looking outside. He sees the drop shot. But look at where it's bouncing. I mean, that's still elevated by the 6 line.
Halfway through the service box. That ball's still, you know, at least thigh high.
In the filo, Costado straight to the outside by Stan. He struggled sometimes throwing in the pad outside the boundary. That one was just perfect.
Here's the backhand by Cabrera to the inside. Flores is there. Cabrera at the sidewall. Backhand from the 10 line. Stan for the rebote. Makes a 2-all. Stopped on the forehand of Jedden. Jedden with that placement, crossing the sidewall on the cortada and scoring. 1-1, Jedden serves.
Well, that's the type of play we've seen from Jedden as of late. You know, stops it on the right side, and not only stopping it, but killing it effectively. He's gone with that cortada, throwing it a little bit softer, make sure he gets the sidewall. It kicks off sharply, right into Stan's leg, it looked like there. Great
An
serve,
ace
too.
for Jedden of the Fireballs. That's 2 points for Jedden and Cabrera. Jedden serves.
He just got that ball to cross the sidewall before Flores can get to it. And that's the difference. I mean, we talk about it every game day this year. Got to put the ball on the wall, cross the wall to be effective.
Flores on the catch. Here's the backhand. Jedden's there. Backhand from the 8 line. Caught on the forehand of Flores. Flores, big bounce 2-all, is out. 3 points for Jedden and Cabrera. Jedden serves.
And don't mind the play. You know, you got to mix it up. You're coming in as a heavy underdog. Haven't won a match this year against a team that's won 9 out of 10. And truthfully, Jedden hasn't been all too involved. And when he has been involved, hasn't been as sharp as he was last time out. So, look, you want to test Jedden compared to Cabrera, certainly. Go with the carom. Just got to land it in.
Backhand by Flores, powerfully thrown. Rebote. Rebote forehand by Jedden, straight to the back. Cabrera moves in. Backhand from the 7 line, low runner is taken from the sidewall by Flores. Cabrera, backhand. Rebote forehand, up and away. That's in the overhead screen. 4 points for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Jedden has a serve.
Well, miscommunication, and then you see Stan was coming towards the back wall and then needed to actually move away from it to save the rebote.
We say it all the time. Once you see any player backpedaling, 9 times out of 10, they're competing with the ball for speed, and the ball's going to win every time. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. The good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Flores advances to make the catch. There's the backhand. Rebote forehand with a light touch. Light enough to bounce twice and score. Well played by Cabrera. Jedden and Cabrera have 5 points. Possible set, possible match point.
Yeah, Cabrera giving a wave up to Stan and recognizing that that wasn't necessarily the intent. He hooked it. Doesn't have a lot of speed, and it gets the second bounce. Not going to give that point back, though. They'll take it 5-1 and move within a point of winning the match.
Excellent catch by Flores. Here's the backhand. Jedden's there. 2-all by Jedden. Perfectly executed for the win. Point, set, and match in straight sets to Jedin and Cabrera, taking it 6-2, 6-1.
Exclamation point on that victory. Jedin with the costado 2-all to win the match. 6-2, 6-1. Fireballs on the board first. Coming up next, we'll go over to Division III doubles after this replay. See the backhand there. Look at Jedin. Again, wasn't doing this throughout the match. He cuts it off inside. And look at this 2-all. Opens up and it scores. Fireballs lead 1-0.
As soon as that high-lie ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Take a look at that game day score reflecting that win by the Fireballs. Jedin and Cabrera 9-1 of the regular season, winners in the semifinal, and adding another one tonight. So that makes it, what, 11-1 in their 12 matches this season. And that first win, hopefully of 4, on tonight's game day. Jedin and Cabrera joining us over in the DraftKings Players Cage. There they are, just Jedin here. Cabrera coming out for a next match. But again, you know what this Renegades team is all about. They got Gosheri and Goanaga playing in a match that didn't feature those two players. How much pressure did you feel to get the win to start things off?
No pressure. We see these guys a lot. We're pretty familiar with their game, so we just wanted to make sure we didn't make any mistakes, and I wanted to get Cabrera off the court as soon as possible because he has to play multiple games. So the pressure was really on them to win this game because it was important, but we got the win. It's good for us. We got to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, and Jay, you have some championship experience in your battle core career. What does a night like tonight bring out in a player like you who's one of the most competitive on the roster?
It brings out my competitiveness. You know, I love the game. I love to compete, and it feels good to go out with a team that it's not about the money, it's about how we go out there and look and play the game. So it feels good to win, feels good to compete. Hopefully this is the starting point of our 4-game win.
Well, great start tonight, Jedin. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
That's Gold Championship Fireballs.
Up next, we'll move over to Division III doubles. That'll be Goanaga and Urbieta out there for the Renegades against Urrutia and Cabrera for the Fireballs.
Remind folks that we are seeing Cabrera again. Ron out with severe pulled muscle in the thigh that took him out of both the last playoff and the finals here. Yeah, he was hurt in the final regular season game day. He missed semifinal, out again tonight. But Cabrera is about as good of a substitute as you could hope for from Division IV down to Division V. He's been catching great. He plays the same position as Ron. But it really all comes down to Urrutia up there in the front court. Can Urrutia get back to where he started this season? He was 10-7 in his first 10 game days, but 0-8 in his final 5 game days. Gotta win these matches against Goanaga and Gosheri to defeat the Renegades. First opportunity here for the Fireballs. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second match of the game day, 3rd Division doubles. Representing the Renegades, we have the team of Goanaga and Urbieta. And for the Fireballs, it's Urrutia and Cabrera. There's a serve. We begin. Backhand to the inside by Goanaga. Catch by Cabrera. Puts it inside. Here's Urbieta. Urbieta from deep in the backcourt. Plays it inside. Urrutia steps in to cut it off. He sends it high and deep. Here's the rebote. Rebound off the back wall. Saved by Goanaga. Caught on the inside. There's Cabrera.
Urbieta sends it high and deep. Rebote again. Urrutia fires it up the middle. Urbieta goes up on the right side, makes the catch. Forehand crosses the wall. Cabrera gets up to it. This one right on the numbers. Urbieta reaching low, makes the play. Goenaga from the 9, a low bullet inside. Urrutia stops it, sends it back. Now Urbieta, high and deep. Cabrera gonna let it pass. Rebote saved by Urrutia. Goenaga, Costado to the inside. Scoop by Cabrera. Low runner, picked up along the wall by Urbieta. High, hard backhand. That's coming out. Rebote left side to the inside. Goenaga, fine catch along the wall. Now Cabrera, deep in the backcourt, stops it overhead. Back up the middle. Here's Urbieta. From the middle of the court, sends it back, crosses the wall. Cabrera calls for Urrutia, and he makes a save. It's a catch by Urrutia from back of the 10 line. The wall, no, Urbieta goes up for it, makes the catch. Cabrera slows it down. Urbieta picks it up at the 11 line, plays it along the wall. Cabrera's there again. Rebote's coming out. Urrutia left side to the inside with a bounce. Urbieta makes the play along the wall. He sends it back. High and deep catch by Cabrera.
What a
Cabrera
catch.
reaching down low. Urrutia called him off, makes the play. Here's the rebote now. Goenaga to the inside. Scoop by Cabrera. Hard backhand to the inside. Cabrera sends it deep. There's Urbieta again. That one drops in the corner. Rebote left side to the inside. High scoop. Goenaga plays a splitter. Scoop by Urrutia. His 2-wall opens, but not enough. Goenaga falls down, but keeps it in play. Cabrera makes the catch in the backcourt. Now Urbieta high and deep. That clears the overhead screen coming out to Urrutia. 2-wall Rebote snapped in to score for Urrutia. Fireballs on the board first in our second match.
Great way to start the second set off. Cabrera coming out, making all these catches that he needed to make after finishing off the prior team in 2 sets with Jedden. Again, Urbieta is going to sit in the backcourt for the Renegades here. Catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw.
Over serve, first fault, second serve coming up. Runner passes Cabrera, but he digs it out deep in the backcourt. Goenaga, Costado, drop shot. Oh, Urrutia gets to it. Scoop by Goenaga. 2-wall. Cabrera not going to get out to it. Energy point going to the Renegades. They tied up.
Aggressive play by both front quarters. Urrutia trying to make something happen here. Goenaga right on top of it. He scoops up this placement, takes a look, makes sure that he's clear to throw the Costado. It was in the general vicinity of Urrutia, but Goenaga threw it safe. Cabrera started taking some steps, but realized he wasn't going to get to it.
Hard serve coming up the middle. Cabrera, low runner to the inside. High scoop made by Urbieta. Oh, low bullet. Oh, that kicks out to the forehand of Goenaga. Cortada scooped up by Urrutia. Comes flying across the court to make the play. Urbieta sends it back, right in the corner, dug out, but a little too high. It's up at the overhead screen. Renegades take a 2-1 lead.
Urrutia consistently, in the latter part of the season, having some difficulties with the forehand Rebote. Taking it lower on the backswing. Again, that wasn't an easy one. He had to dip down and try to get it.
Cabrera with the catch. Sends it inside. Rebote coming out. Onaga plays it along the wall. Cabrera picks it off at the 11 line. Urbieta, backhand, caught the corner. Urrutia makes the catch. Powerful throw. Kicks hard off the back wall. Goanaga able to save another rebote. Catch by Cabrera on the left side. Floats it back. On the numbers, there's Urbieta. Long rebote, forehand pushed up the middle. Stopped by Goanaga. Cortada comes in low. Cabrera picks it up before the second bounce. Coming back to Urbieta. He's got it in the corner. Urrutia back at the 10 line. Sends it back. Urbieta with a leaping grab. Goanaga able to cut this one off. Drop shot to the inside. Oh, Cabrera got there. Low runner. Urbieta switches to the right and makes the catch. One play just above the pad. Nice catch by Goanaga right on the wall. Powerful backhand. Coming out to the rebote. Saved by Urrutia. Scoop. Middle of the court. Low runner. Cabrera on the right side makes the catch. Low bullet, caught along the side wall. Cabrera sends it back. Urbieta, oh, in the corner. Fine catch on the left side. Costado up the middle. Goanaga picks it off. Inside placement. Scoop, missed. 3 in a row for the Renegades. They lead.
Urrutia looking to get something off the Costado to the inside. Not necessarily a kill shot, but unless you throw it at Goanaga's feet, in which case he'll probably scoop it. If you put it anywhere in his catching radius, anywhere on the right side or left side, he's going to pick it out of the air with relative ease.
Bird floats one along the wall. Urbieta ducks, and Goanaga saves the rebote. Tough catch, but it's dropped. 4-1, Renegades lead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the words were coming out. What a catch, because that's tough for anyone, but that interplay with the side wall, just a little too much for Urrutia there. If anyone has any questions about the side wall here at Magic City, we refer you to our good friend Inaki.
Right up the middle. Here's Goanaga on the right side. Whips it inside. Rebote. Saved by Cabrera. Oh, Goanaga now. Costado right back to him. Catch in the air by Cabrera. Backhand. Leaping grab by Urbieta. Forehand rebote. Played inside. Cut off by Urbieta. Here's the backhand. Floats it out of reach. Urrutia sets up for it. Plays it inside. High scoop by Goanaga. There's a backhand out to the outside. Urrutia gets there. Oh, Goanaga cuts it off again, low and hard. Not a lot on that rebote, and it scores. 5 points. Possible set point for Goanaga and Urbieta.
Urrutia made the save here on the rebote, but this ball's in the middle of the court, and this is what we're talking about with Goanaga. You know, it's a ball in the middle of the court, not next to the side wall or down low. Goanaga hasn't missed one all season that I can remember anyway.
Oh, hard serve. Nice grab by Cabrera. Back inside for Urbieta. Urrutia rips it off the wall, plays it back. Urbieta, clean miss. Rebote saved by Goanaga, scooped up in the corner. Cabrera sends it high to the inside, picked off along the wall by Urbieta. Now Cabrera. Back to Urbieta, right at the 12. Sends it high and deep. Long rebote coming. Urrutia from the left side, plays it back to Urbieta. Now Cabrera, up at the 10, floats it inside, caught along the wall. Here's Urbieta. Rebote. Picked up on the bounce. Urbieta from the 12 line again. Up the middle. Cabrera calls for Urrutia, and he makes a save. Now Cabrera back at the 12, sends it high and deep, but Urbieta is there to make the catch in the corner. Hard inside, Cabrera again, same spot. A little bit harder, that clears the screen. No, touched a piece. That's out of play. Point and set. Goanaga and Urbieta win it 6-1. 2 minutes will come back in play. Set number 2.
So, again, that ball travels high in the court. Sometimes the overhead screen appears like a shadow. Other times you can see when the ball grazes against it. Again, it's not a wire mesh like you see at some other frontons. It's pretty soft, actually. Yeah. You're watching Battle Court, the final for Winter 2025 between the Renegades and the Fireballs. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Focus on the Renegades. That man there, Goanaga, what a season he's had overall.
Goanaga 8-2 here with Urbieta, 9-1 with Flores, so 17-3 in doubles, and you add his 5-0 mark in singles. He's got the best record of any player in Battle Court this year. Scoop here in the middle of the court. Goanaga finishes him off with a 2-wall. I mean, it was a great start for the Fireballs, but that's the extent of it. It was just a great start, 1 point. And then Goanaga here taking over with the costado.
One after the other. They really needed to keep it away from Goanaga. Every time he gets the ball, doesn't necessarily score with a kill shot, but scores just like that. Makes it a very difficult catch for the backcourter. Urrutia did well when he went with the Costalo 2-wall. That was their 1 point. He put it up on the board. Scored well after that. He got a little conservative. And again, when you start throwing Costalos here at Magic City, don't lay them up in the middle of the court. Anything really that's more than 2 feet from the side wall, easy pickings for your opponents.
Now, Goanaga and Urbieta defeated Urrutia and Ron twice in the regular season. Both times, though, the Fireballs won the first set, and Goanaga and Urbieta came back and won sets 2 and 3. Different story tonight, and, I mean, really a slow start. I mean, given how well Cabrera has caught this year, you don't necessarily lose a ton on paper from Ron to Cabrera in the backcourt, but we know Urrutia is going to be the X factor tonight, and we'll see how he responds here in set number 2. We are ready to begin our second set. Fireballs serve.
See the Fireballs there discussing strategy of how to make sure this second set isn't a runaway. Maybe a runaway for them. I'm sure they'd like that.
There's a serve. We begin set 2 with a backhand up the middle. Cabrera lets it come out. Urrutia snaps a 2-wall, and it scores. First point. Set 2 to the Fireballs.
More aggressive play by Urrutia is really what's called for here. Cabrera's going to catch and throw. He's not going to throw the backhand 2-wall against these guys. So if Urrutia, I mean, if Urrutia plays a little bit more aggressive, he may risk sending it out, but it's their best chance at winning this set.
And especially off the rebotes like that, he scored the only 2 points. Drop shot there by Urrutia. Goanaga gets up there before the second bounce, blasts it inside. Great catch along the wall. There's a backhand 2-wall. Oh, it scores. 2-0.
Well, I said he wasn't going to throw it against these guys,
how about that?
But smart throw.
Right. It was just more where he caught him out of position. I mean, you'll see Goanaga here well inside after he makes this catch.
And you see him moving to the inside. Absolutely. I mean, I got to give him credit.
It's a hard serve. Urbieta stands in, makes the catch. Cabrera from the left side, plays it up the middle. Catch by Urbieta, backhand. Now the rebote. Received by Urrutia. Low bullet cut off by Urrutia from the 9. Sends it high and deep. This is a long rebote. Goanaga at the 6 turns it back. And Cabrera caught it in the air. Back in inside. Picked off the side wall. What a play by Urbieta. Urrutia steps back, makes the catch, sends it inside, leaping grab by Urbieta there in the corner. Wall to wall, long rebote again to the outside, scoop by Goanaga. Ooh, he crossed, he sent it, and Cabrera makes the catch.
It's almost like Goanaga knew he was going to cross.
Rebote inside, stopped by Cabrera, backhand. Take the 2-wall back inside for Urbieta. Urrutia hooked it up the middle. The scoop is missed. So that's 3 points. The Fireballs to begin set 2.
Well, chaos can help, and Urrutia added a little element of that. Again, when we say cross, that was that throw earlier. Urrutia came right across the throwing path of Goanaga, which is dangerous, but he got out of the way quick. That one, he just ripped it back to him, and Goanaga, who's been spot on throughout the season, just came up on him too quick.
Hard serve caught there at the 12 line. Beautiful play. Nice backhand. Robote saved by Urrutia. High scoop by Urbieta. Back to the inside. Here's Urrutia. Costado. 2-wall. That's too wide. That gets the Renegades on the board. First point. Set 2.
Again, that's the risk. The risk is, you're going to throw the shot and it's going to go out, but still, he's had a good amount of success with it so far.
Well, again, these guys aren't going to give you anything either.
No.
So you got to earn these points, and it's got to be one up in the front with good quality shots. Urbieta's not going to drop it, and Goanaga's going to do his thing as well. Oh, ball missed. It's across the side wall. Rare miss. That's 4 for the Fireballs.
Rare miss for Urbieta in the backcourt. Again, he called Goanaga off, but that ball was dropping in front of him. And also tonight is Urbieta's last night of playing professional Jai-Alai. Announced his retirement earlier this year.
There's a hard serve. Urbieta stands in, keeps it on the left, plays the backhand. It's caught by Cabrera. Backhand. Oh, right between the Fireballs. Urrutia stays with it, sends it back. Goanaga cuts it off. Hard to the inside. Oh, Urrutia's there. 2-wall.
That's
thrown
beautiful.
to score. That's 5 and a possible set point for Urrutia and Cabrera.
See, that's what Urrutia has. Look at how this lands in. It happens so fast. Boom, boom, as my good friend Inaki says.
And this is the version of Urrutia we saw very early in the season when he was wowing us with his shot-making ability. I mean, that's what we saw. If you throw a good 2-wall, even in doubles, you can't be afraid it's going to score. Catch back at the 10 line by Urrutia. What a backhand inside along the wall. Saved by Goanaga. Urrutia, left side of Bote again. Scooped up in the front. Goanaga hard to the inside. Oh, Cabrera makes the catch. Cortada, it's dropping. Goanaga gets there. Long Bote again. Urrutia from the left side to the outside. It's dropped. We're going to a third set. Fireballs win it 6-1.
Look, there's no question that the Fireballs did. Okay, so they were talking before they went out, and Urrutia served that second set, and things changed. Things changed.
Well, I mean, don't know if you agree. It just looked like he told him to just go for it, or something along those lines. I mean, we got to go for it. You lost 6-1. You got the season on the line. We're underdogs. We're playing, a man down. And like we said, you gotta throw something to score against this particular team. I get some other teams, you may want to outcatch them, but Goanaga and Urbieta, the best, tied for the best record in this division. They're not one of them.
No question about it. Shoot it. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple and we say it, but I mean, really, that's what he has to do. I mean, the last month and a half, maybe even 2 months of the year, Urrutia has just been, in my opinion, just too conservative. He has it. We saw it the first month when he was coming out, setting the world on fire the first couple weeks. And then, just his plays kind of steadily declined through the end of the regular season. I mean, we said 10 wins, 7 losses across his first 10 game days. And then he had 0 wins and 8 losses over his final 5 game days. I mean, there was a time where Urrutia and Arats had the best record in Division 1. There was a time when, Urrutia and Ron were one of the better teams in Division 3, and we've fallen a long way from that time. But that's a great sign that he's back after that second set, because that may be the best he's played all year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, tonight's the night.
You can't leave it, don't leave it in the tank. You got a couple months till we're back. And
you could wait till September, but better do it tonight.
And now for the Renegades, a little pressure because, call it what it is. I mean, they have 2 teams Division Division 6 doubles already lost. They were 0-10. Division 4 doubles, Stan and Ben, they were 0-10 also in the regular season. So if you're looking at a best of 7 and you need 4 wins, the Renegades need Goanaga and Gosheri to win both of their sets of matches. So if the Fireballs can win this one, it's going to shake up the game day, and it's a big shot into the heart of this Renegades team that is lost in the championship in back-to-back seasons.
Don't like to call anything must win, but this is really important.
You know, it's tough to say, but given what we've seen this year, you just can't expect a team that was 0-10 to win on the final night of the year. That's in my what it comes down to. So we'll see what they got here. Third set rather. That serve begins set number 3. With a backhand to the inside, Robote. Saved by Goanaga. It's dropping. Urrutia gets there. Sends it outside, but it's out of play. Goanaga, Urbieta. First point is set 3.
What happens is Urrutia will have a miss like that, and then he gets conservative afterwards because he doesn't want to, again, you don't want to throw it off the court, but you got to take the shots.
And given Cabrera's playing 4 matches, you'd rather that than getting the long rally, tire him out, and have the same result. Backhand to the inside. There's a catch by Cabrera. Sends it back. Urbieta's there. Nice play along the wall. Backhand cutting inside. Tough for Bote. Goanaga saves it. Urrutia's there. Splitter. Scooped on the left side of Goanaga. He plays it back now. Cabrera. Oh, it opens, and Urrutia comes flying in to make the save. Cabrera back on the inside. That opens up. Urbieta's got it. High, hard forehand picked off by Cabrera. Backhand. On a wall. Now Goanaga saves it. Oh, runner inside. Scoop. I won by Urbieta. This one kicks up and out. Robote 2-wall. My, that's well thrown. And ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's punishing. Goanaga's quick enough to get out there, but this is coming so fast.
That's what we say. I mean,
this is coming so fast, and that's so far away from Goanaga.
I was just going to say, no disrespect to Go. He is nowhere close to that. He's 40 feet from that ball, 30 feet.
And that's got nothing to do with Goanaga, everything to do with the way Urrutia threw it.
Just out of the way of that serve. It's an over serve. First fault, second serve coming up.
Yeah, Urrutia's got no shortage of power and shots on both sides. He gets a little concerned with control, but you're in the third set.
Second serve is good there. Urbieta steps up from the 10 line. Just floats it out of reach. Robote's on the wall. That's a really good save, and a high scoop follows there by Urbieta. Backhand to the outside. Here's Urbieta with the catch. Low runner. Cabrera makes a high scoop. Backhand to the inside. Urbieta runs around it. Cabrera from the 11. Tries to get it past Urbieta. Makes a leaping grab. Backhand inside. Now Urrutia. Low bullet. Powerful throw. Stopped by Urbieta. Now Cabrera. Backhand opens up. Goanaga calls him off. Powerfully to the inside. Cabrera's there. Makes the catch. Low runner. That's along the wall. Scooped up by Urbieta. Good pick up there in the corner. Back inside. Robote's coming out. Urbieta's out of the way. Goanaga saves the Robote. Scoop. Cabrera plays it back. Now the forehand. Urrutia cuts it off, sends it outside. It scores. 2-1 lead for Urrutia and Cabrera.
Again, with just a little bit more control than we saw the last outside placement from the Costado. Again, just took the other one just happened so fast.
Yeah.
This one took an extra half second to set it up.
And he's trying to catch those almost on the quick bounce too. It's not like a normal scoop too, so that's a very difficult catch to line up.
No question about it.
Oh, what a stop there in the corner. Ball behind Urbieta, brings it in. Urrutia, hooked it up the middle. Goanaga to the inside. Cabrera, that kicked up. He missed it. That's 2-2. Renegades tied up.
Cabrera's been spot on with his catching, obviously, on the left side. That one, again, Goenaga gets it. 8 times out of 10, he knows exactly what to do with it.
Oh, tough catch. That crossed the wall. Backhand. Picking up. Cabrera on the right side from deep in the backcourt. Oh, Goenaga's there to cut it off. Costano right at his feet. Tough scoop. Missed it. 3-2 lead for the Renegades.
Yeah, you got to pass Goenaga if you're going to. When Cabrera went after it with the forehand, you want that. I mean, Urbietta's going to make the catch, but you got to get it past Goenaga. He was able to take that on the left side and hurt Cabrera with it.
Oh, Cabrera gets there on the outside. Low runner in the corner. Urbieta ducking. Goenaga lays it up. Urrutia with a chance. He cuts it off to the outside. It scores. All knotted up. 3-3.
See, the best way to describe it, what you're seeing there, is Goenaga makes these catches throughout the season with ease. Urrutia is putting just that much more power on these throws, and it's just a little too much for Goenaga. That's the difference. And also, it's, you know, it's the championship, so Goenaga might be a little tighter than he normally is.
Hard serve. That's an over serve. First fault. Second one coming up. Second serve is good. Here's Urbieta from the middle of the court. Low bullet inside, stopped in the air by Cabrera. Plays it back. Now Urbieta. Oh, that drops in the corner. Urrutia sends it up the middle. Urbieta now keeps it on the left side. Plays it back. Cabrera thought about it, and Urrutia makes a save. Urbieta from the outside. High back to the inside. Caught by Cabrera. Backhand. Urbieta gets it. Urrutia backed up to the 9-line, fires it up the middle. Urbieta with the forehand. Cabrera reaches in at the last second. Left side Bote again. Oh, Urrutia comes cross court, stops it, plays it inside. High scoop made by Urbieta. Oh, Cabrera steps in front of it, sends it up the middle. Goenaga scoops it up, low bullet. Look at Urrutia flying in to make the catch there at the 9. Now Cabrera picks it off the wall, sends it back. Urbieta gets to it. This one coming in a little lower. Urrutia with the flying catch, hard backhand follows. This coming up the middle. Bote left side. Oh, caught the corner, and it's missed. 4-3, Renegades lead.
We've been seeing that throughout the second half of the season. Ball thrown from the costado and staying to the inside consistently. Some lower, some higher. That one was a little higher. Just well done. Important point.
Oh, what a stop there. It's a well-played serve. Better catch by Cabrera. Well, that died off the back wall. Goenaga comes back for it. Urrutia couldn't get there. High scoop on the inside. Now Goenaga, aggressive call. Urrutia picks it off the ground. Inside placement. Urbieta screened but dropped it. 4-4 is the score. The fireball serve.
Hard throw here by Urrutia back to the inside again.
Cabrera screened a little bit.
But Cabrera completely trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
He was moving to the outside and trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, not intentional, but
no.
Yeah.
And he's not going to run to the sidewall either. When you're getting out of the way in high-low, you move to the outside. Sometimes you get trapped on the sidewall, but not there.
It's a powerful serve. Urbieta backing up, makes the catch. Now Cabrera up at the 11. Sends it back inside. Urbieta runs around it. Backhand. The wall. Caught by Cabrera. Not going to let that one come out. Cabrera now from the 11 line. Floats it inside. It's right on the wall in the corner. But Goenaga makes the save. Urrutia attacking. Not going to get there. Cabrera up the wall. Makes a catch.
Now Cabrera from the 11, backhand opens up. Goanaga running with it to the outside. Powerful throw, scooped up along the sidewall by Cabrera. Now Goanaga hooked it up the middle. Urrutia caught it on the right side. Powerful forehand. Urbieta all alone makes the play. Backhand, low bullet right on the numbers. Urbieta let it come out. Oh, Goanaga just lays it up. Urrutia with a chance. Costado, it's a splitter. Urbieta read it. Cortada from the outside. Scooped up by Cabrera. Goanaga now from the 6. Powerful backhand. He's come shooting out. Cabrera ducks. He plays it up the middle. Goanaga with a chance. Sends it inside. Scoop again by Cabrera. Backhand. Kind of a 2-wall. Not enough. Goanaga sends this one a little bit higher. Cabrera steps in front of it. Saves the rebote. There's a powerful backhand. Rebote left side, hard to the inside. Urbieta again steps around it. Forehand. Cut off in the middle of the court. Costado, 2-wall. Judges will confer. Judges will confer on the call. And still, it is in. And the Renegades have challenged. So, as expected, referees confer. It was called in by the judges, so we'll get that straight. It was called in by the judges. And the Renegades immediately challenged. So let's take a look here at where this 2-wall lands. They were looking for a spot. They didn't see one. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, Stu, if that's the mark I'm seeing,
that would be out.
I'm seeing the ball on the line here, middle of the line. Oh boy. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be overturned here. And again, that's why, you know, brought in replay.
Absolutely.
For moments like this. You want to get it right, and I'm gonna guess that this will be overturned. Let's hear. The chief judge, upon replay review, says it is out. That point goes to the Renegades. They take a 5-4 lead and a possible match point. A big call, but the right call there in the end. You can clearly see. Renegades do retain their challenge, and they do have a possible match point. That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up.
No, good time to use it. And again, good to see both judges conferring, and then good time, absolutely.
Process. You know, we talked a while back, we mentioned we had, you know,
absolutely.
Good to see that.
Good to see it.
Second serve is good there. Cabrera in the middle of the court. Sends it back inside. Goanaga with the catch. Now Cabrera from the 11 floats it up. Urbieta with the catch. Hits it past the fireballs. Rebote is hooked. Renegades come back and win it 6-4 in the third set. Boy, a hard-fought match, and well played there by the fireballs. Urrutia really stepped up, but still not enough to knock off Goanaga and Urbieta. 6-4. They take it in the third set. So that'll bring us over to Division II doubles. Gosherian Ben against Lalu and Aratz up next after this replay. See backhand there in the corner, and it's right along the wall. Hooked by Urrutia. Renegades get the win. Game day score all knotted up. 1 win for each team through our first 2 matches. First 1 to 4 will be crowned Winter 25 Battle Court champion. Again, Division II doubles up next. That's about as big of a toss-up as you're going to see on the slate tonight. Those 2 teams split the regular season series, the only match in which the 2 doubles teams split the regular season series. But Goanaga and Urbieta clutch in the semifinal. They were in match 6. securing the win there for the Renegades, and now tying things up early on in this game day, not letting things get away from them too early. Goanaga and Urbieta over in the DraftKings Players Cage after that win. There they are. Congratulations, guys. What a win there late in the third set. And then coming out in that third set, I mean, we know what this Renegades team is built on. You got 4 really strong teams, 2 teams that haven't won. Given that, what was the pressure like stepping out in that third set, knowing the season really was in your hands?
The pressure is always the same. We always try to give our best, always pushing for win. That's what we did the whole season, and there is nothing different today. Just push to win.
You guys are playing great. Great start again, and we'll see you up a little later. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll move over to Division II doubles. Gaucheri and Ben take on Lalu and Arats. Any way you slice this one, Stu, it's the closest match and the biggest toss-up on the game day. Record-wise, Gaucheri and Ben 6-4 in the regular season. Lalu and Arats 5-5. They split their 2 matches in the regular season. Lalu and Arats won a 3-set match early in the season on February 28th, 6-4, 1-6, 6-4. Then Gaucheri and Ben won the rematch on March 25th, 4-6, 6-0, 6-3.
A reminder that the first team, whether it be the Fireballs or Renegades, to win 4 matches, wins the championship. That last one, as you were saying, that was
that
would have gone a long way for the Fireballs, a real long way. You got to take either Gaucheri or Goanaga out of it. I mean, that's just really how the match really works on it. A surprise beating of either one of them.
Another opportunity right here. Gaucheri and Ben up against Lalu and Arats. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin match number 3. The championship is tied 1-1. Representing the Renegades, we have the team of Gaucheri and Ben. And for the Fireballs, it's Lalu and Arats. And every year that the Renegades have lost in the championship, the last few years, this has been the team that has lost in the championship.
Gaucheri serves. Our match begins with an underserve. First fault, second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
And that's the thing really with playing the Renegades team is, I mean, you have 2 matches that you feel like you have a really good chance to win. It's just, can you beat Gaucheri and Goanaga 1 out of 4? It doesn't seem like a whole lot. Then when you get out there, you recognize it's quite a lot.
Here's a backhand by Arats. Good catch by Ben at the 13. Arats at the 10, backhand to the inside. Here's Gaucheri. Backhand blasted, coming out to the rebote. Rebote forehand powerfully thrown by Lalu, dropping. Rebote by Gaucheri. Stays inside, Arats is there. Backhand by Arats. Gaucheri calls for it. Forehand rebote. Arats is there. Backhand from the 10. Gaucheri on the rebote. Big bounce. Brought down by Arats. Cortada, read and stopped by Arats. Gaucheri reaching behind him to make the catch. Here's the backhand. Beautiful catch by Arats at the 12. Ben's there, backhand from the 11. Lalu, powerfully from the left side, rebote. High and inside, Lalu cuts it off at the 8. Backhand, caught by Ben. Here's Ben from the 12 line. Arats again from deep in the backcourt. Gaucheri has it. Arats from the 12. Ben on the catch. Backhand. Arats to the inside now. Gaucheri calls the rebote. Plays it up from the left side. Excellent catch up high by Arats. Beautifully played.
He got way up there.
Rebote left side by Lalu. Taken on the bounce by Gaucheri. Gaucheri powerfully from the left side. Rebote. Cosalo 2-all. Stopped by Lalu. Lalu powerfully from the forehand, and this will score on the return. Well done. Lalu and Arat to the fireballs. First up on the board in this match. Lalu has a serve.
Yeah, and with a match here against Gaucheri, I mean, this first set almost, it's like a warm-up set, you know. Gaucheri's going to get warm. He's going to feel out the opponent because he's comfortable playing a set down. He can win sets 2 and 3 easily. He and Goenaga both. So again, this first set, trying to feel it out, see if he can get one by Lalu at Arat's, but Lalu is there. And we know he's got a cannon of a right side where he can make that catch.
Ben on the catch. Here's the backhand. Lalu comes cross court, backhand from the 8 line to the inside. Gaucheri calls for it, it's dropping. Lalu attacks, winds up. Inside placement, stopped by Ben. Lalu on the catch, backhand from the 7 line. Gaucheri to Arat, backhand from the 13, right up the middle. Arat takes this on the bounce, backhand from the 10 line. Ben's there on the forehand. Lalu, backhand from the 7. Here's Ben from the 11 to the inside. Robote, forehand by Lalu. Scoop by Gaucheri. Costado by Gaucheri, scooped up by Arat. Here's the backhand caught by Gaucheri. Low bullet stopped by Lalu. Robote, that rebound off the back wall on the side wall, played by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand by Arat. Filo stopped by Lalu. Lalu was falling and he still made the play. Gaucheri, great play. Arat will keep this in play. Gaucheri has it in the air up at the 3 line. Blast it to the outside. The scoop attempt just missed. Excellent play by all 4 players. 1-1. Gaucheri serves for the Renegades.
Yeah, unfortunate. Lalu just lost his footing here because he was going to throw a carom and it ended up being an inside placement. I mean, you see he comes over the top and Gaucheri reads it actually. That's a tough catch low on the right side.
It's a beautiful
right on the
read
tip.
by Gaucheri actually. Yeah.
It's tough to control. And then Arat, look at this save, diving save. He knows where his brother's going to throw it, but to control this one, again, it's on the bounce, kicking off the side wall. There's really no chance. Good effort, a great point.
There's a backhand by Arat, caught in the air by Gaucheri. Gaucheri with a bullet. Down low, Arat makes the catch. To the inside he goes, Ben's there. Great catch off the side wall. Arat's now from the 12. Gaucheri from the 9, backhand 2 wall to the outside. Lalu's on it, he plays it high. Gaucheri takes it out of the air. Costi inside, scooped up beautifully by Arat. Robote. Robote split placement, scooped by Lalu. Powerful backhand by Lalu. Gaucheri calls for it. Lalu from the 7 line, backhand to Ben. Ben from the left side to the inside. Arat is there, backhand from the 10. Gaucheri calls for the Robote. That died. Gaucheri makes a save. Lalu attacks. He's got it at the 4. Hard to the inside. Ben down low with a beautiful catch. Robote. Robote forehand. Straight back. Gaucheri. 2-wall Robote. Scooped up by Lalu. Cortada by Lalu. Stopped by Gaucheri. Robote coming out. Lalu to the inside. Ben stops it at the 13. Gaucheri from the costado. Filo stopped again by Lalu. Lalu powerfully scooped by Gaucheri. Gaucheri to the outside. Lalu's there. Lalu blasts it back. Ben from the forehand. What a catch. Arat's on the bounce, backhand from the 10 line. Ben from the 11. Arat's at the back wall from the left side on the return. Here's Ben. Arat's now on the forehand. Gaucheri has on the left side. Costado dropping. Arat's got a head start, will not get there. The drop shot scores for Gaucheri. Gaucheri and Ben in the first set lead 2-1. Gaucheri serves the Renegades.
Well, just a lot of positives for both teams right there. I mean, Lalu's catching has been phenomenal. I mean, he's snatching up these shots from Gaucheri, coming in fast, right on the bounce. He's caught 3 or 4 of them.
So then Gaucheri turns to the
Gaucheri
inside.
And then Gaucheri has been phenomenal. His shot making is looking good there with the drop shot. So again, you know, questions so far being answered by the fireballs. Lalu doing a great job of stopping the shots, but they just have to find a way to turn these points in their favor. Getting in these long rallies. And you almost feel like this first set is a must-win given how well Gaucheri plays those last two.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
Ooh, that's close.
Here's the catch by Rotz. There's the backhand. Bend down low. Backhand from the 12 line. Hard throw to the inside. What a catch by Rotz. Gaucheri calls for it, dropping again. Rotz makes the play at the 10 line. Hard to the inside. Bend down low again. Backhand from the 12. Robote forehand by Lalou. High to the backcourt. Robote for Gaucheri. Big bounce cut off in the air by Lalou. Powerful backhand is stopped again by Ben. Robote saved by Lalou. Gaucheri attacks. Karam stopped by Rotz.
Okay, it's in play.
That ball is in play and dying. Gaucheri has it. Drop shot to the inside. What an effort by Rotz.
Wow.
That scores. 3 points for Gaucheri and Ben. Tremendous effort by Rotz. Gaucheri serves.
I just love the way Rotz the whole way. He's like, go inside. Don't let him know that I'm here. Bam, makes the catch. Stops it. Actually gets caught up in the net, but he got the throw off. It hit the wall. That's a floater, and a mighty floater. And Gaucheri finishes it off with another drop shot. But look at that effort. Rotz sliding into the wall early.
My goodness.
I mean, he's everywhere. His range is second to none. His catching has been flawless. Is one of the younger player on the roster. Rotz has really stepped up this year into a bigger role, both on and off the court.
Fault under serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Second serve is good. Here's the backhand by Rotz. Then we'll let it go. Gaucheri on the Robote. High the front wall. Lalou tracks it to the 9 line. Here's Gaucheri from the 10. Low bullet. Off the tip of Lalou Cesta. That's a 4th point for Gaucheri and Ben of the Renegades. Gaucheri has the serve.
Yeah, right after we were singing his praises with the catching along everywhere. He just misses one on the inside. Just dropping kind of along the wall. But still one that you'd expect the way he's catching so far to bring that in.
Nothing easy about the catch, but
yeah. Oh, wow.
The ace will score for Gaucheri. Gaucheri and Ben have 5 points. Possible set point. Yeah, that came into the box and stayed low. We've seen that throughout the season. A number of different front quarters have been able to get this play. Again, no bounce at all.
Oh, boy, it looked like it just scared. Rotz is looking, and yeah, it's just a tough break, 5-1. Gaucheri and Ben locked in right from the jump.
Here's the backhand by Rotz. Ben from the 12 line. Rotz to the inside. Ben gets back in there. Backhand from the 12. Powerfully thrown. Robote by Lalou. Gaucheri takes it on the bounce. Backhand from the 9 to the inside. Rotz is there. Ben on the forehand. Right side from the 12. Lalou on the backhand. From the 8 to the inside. Ben's there. Robote, that rebound from the back wall. Powerfully thrown. Robote left side by Gaucheri. Rotz on the catch. Here's Ben from the 12 line to the inside. Rotz again, backhand from the 10. Powerful, powerful throw by Ben. Robote at the 5. Gaucheri has it on the costado. Split placement scores 4. 6 points and a win of the first set for Gaucheri and Ben. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. So the score says 6-1, but the play, my goodness, to get to that 6-1, just phenomenal.
Well, especially early. I mean, those were long, competitive points. And honestly, I mean, early on, it felt like the Fireballs had control. I mean, had a little momentum. And then, you know, Gaucheri started doing his thing, and it's magic. Again, what we've seen the Battle Court, a couple championships, 2 already, looking for a 3rd tonight, if the Renegades can win the game day. Take a look at these replays, starting off with the Costado 2-all, but Lalu gets out to this one, fires it inside.
That's that power that we're talking. Yeah.
That was the only point for the Fireballs.
Gaucheri put them on the defense. Gaucheri and Ben put them on the defense. Ben played absolutely beautifully. Lalu was on this. He just loses his footing.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, just the fact that he got a throw off at all.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Robote's save. Look at this 2-all. But Gaucheri, his concentration on the ball is laser-like. A scoop down that low on the forehand. Tough play.
Drop shot there.
Beautifully executed by Gaucheri.
Just snuck it in. And then up here, look at Gaucheri attacking again. Karam, but look at Aratz. I mean, the read here is phenomenal. Gets the throw off, kinda. Is escaping as he does so. Hits the wall. Gaucheri.
All that real estate.
You know what? I'll drop it inside again.
Well, Aratz sent Lalu back to cover the inside deep. And again, Gaucheri reads the court as well as anyone. Beautiful catch here by Gaucheri.
And then look at, you got Lalu darting to the outside to protect the 2-all that opens wide. So what does Gaucheri do?
Split placement.
I mean, the splitter, and no one particularly close to that throw. We don't have the numbers from the last championship, but I mean, just for me, Stu, Gaucheri's way more aggressive than we've seen in the championships before, specifically in this Division II team.
In terms of placement, no question about it.
When he and Ben have lost, they've engaged in these long rallies, and you get into a long rally, you might miss a ball, and you know that's how you let maybe a lower opponent into the match. But tonight, they've had their foot on the gas from the start. We'll see if they can do it here to begin set 2.
Ready to begin our second set. Lalu has the serve for the Fireballs. Lalu serves. We begin our second set with a over serve. First fault, second serve must be good. Here's Ben on the catch, backhand to the inside. Aratz, difficult catch at the 13. Gaucheri comes in at the 8, backhand to the outside. Will land in perfectly and score. The outside placement of the backhand, scoring for Gaucheri. Gaucheri and Ben of the Renegades on the board first here in the second set. Gaucheri serves.
Gaucheri in his bag early. I mean, he's breaking out everything. Yeah, I mean, backhand straight to the outside. You see Lalu, it's like I've seen him throw about 1,500 backhands this year. He hasn't done that once. What a throw there.
Excellent serve by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand by Aratz. Ben behind him. Grabs the ball on the left side. Here's Lalu. Midcourt, backhand to the inside. A hard throw. Robote by Gaucheri. Aratz, backhand from the 9. Ben on the forehand from the 12. Lalu from the 8. Hard throw to the forehand of Gaucheri. Outside placement stopped by Lalu. Lalu powerfully to the inside. Gaucheri, what a catch at the 9. Big backhand. Robote forehand by Lalu. Gaucheri calls for it. Robote left side. To the inside. Aratz up the wall. Down with the ball. Gaucheri calls for it again. A swing and a miss by Gaucheri at the 8 line. 1-1. Lalu serves for the Fireballs.
And you just tell right as he went to make the swing, he didn't have the ball settled in the basket. Beautiful grab there. Rotz coming down with it, puts it on the wall. But you see here, as it hits the back, he never had it. You know, we say you got to catch it and throw it almost simultaneously, but you got to get the ball into that basket.
100%.
Never happened there.
Powerful serve by Lalu. Good catch by Ben. Low bullet by Ben. Rotz on the rebote. Gaucheri eyes it at the 3-line. Straight to the outside. It scores. It's 2 points for Gaucheri and Ben and the Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
I haven't seen Gaucheri play to this level of aggression in quite a while.
I think one thing that I'm noticing, you're seeing the aggression, I'm seeing the comfort.
I mean, he is playing like he just got up from a nap 10 minutes ago. I mean, he's not moving too quickly. He's not exerting a ton of energy. He's just in the right position every time, and it just looks effortless, to your point.
Rotz on the backhand, straight up the middle. Caught by Ben. Backhand by Ben. Lalu from the 9-line. Powerful backhand. Ben's there. Here's Rotz to the 10-line to the inside. Rebote. That rebound off the back wall, fired from the forehand of Gaucheri. Rotz sets up for the rebote. Looks to get some bounce. He does. Ben with composure. Backhand from the 12-line. Rebote forehand down low. Gaucheri has to reach in, makes the catch. Low and hard. What a catch by Lalu. Ben on the forehand, back on the wall. Lalu winding up. Split placement, stopped by Ben and a great catch. Lalu at the 7 low bullet. Gaucheri calling for it.
Wow.
That cleared the overhead screen. Cleared the front quarter. Here's a Rotz straight to the back wall. Philo Robote will score. 3 points for Gaucheri and Ben. Gaucheri has the serve.
That's just sick stuff, Stu. I mean, we have what he's doing. I mean, that throw. First of all, the picata rebote. I mean, clearing the screen was a phenomenal save, and then to do that off the rebote on the next throw just shows you the range of his shots too. He has the power, he has everything that you want, but he also has the finesse and can make those plays and lay it up to the inside when he has to. A complete player, and you're seeing the whole offensive package tonight.
And again, Ben is spot on in the back,
Ben,
backing him up. Perfect.
He's everywhere. Yep.
Here's the backhand by Rotz, caught by Gaucheri. Gaucheri winds up.
Oh, boy.
Drop shot, read by Lalu. Lalu rifles the split placement. It is stopped by Ben, and another great catch. Rotz takes this one out of the air. Ben overhead, backhand from the 12 to the inside. Rotz is there. Outside placement, stopped by Lalu. Carom by Lalu. Perfectly returned to score. 2 points for Lalu and Rotz. Lalu has the serve for the Fireballs.
So Lalu finally gets to one, and Gaucheri kicking himself, makes the stop, and then not going to give him any chances. Gaucheri's been catching everything, so throws the carom. It opens up, and it scores.
Similar to Urrutia in the previous match, you know, just if you got it, throw it. Beautiful catch by Ben at the 11 line. Here's the backhand. Robote. 2-all opening wide and scoring. 3-3. We're all tied up in the second set. Lalu serves.
Well, there's a counter for everything. And if Gaucheri is seemingly cutting every ball off on the inside and everywhere, the outside of the court is exposed. And Lalu's starting to figure that out now. Those were the shot a little bit earlier, and here off the rebote especially. Gaucheri's looking to get back inside, cut it off on the next throw. So that's the perfect time to throw something.
Gaucheri picks this serve hard to the inside, read and stopped by Rotz. Rotz to Ben. Ben from the 11 line to the inside. Here's the backhand by Rotz. Gaucheri in the backcourt. Rebote forehand by Lalu, cut off by Gaucheri. Gaucheri, drop shot to the inside, read by Rotz. Rotz with the philo that will land in and score. 4 points for Lalu and Arats. Lalu will serve.
Well, the younger brother taking a page out of Gaucheri's book here. The Philo, wow, from the outside,
Beautifully done by
just
Arats.
out of reach. And what a run here. You know, felt like the Renegades had all the momentum. Gaucheri doing his thing, and now Fireball's leading 4-3.
Here's Ben on the backhand to the inside. Arats from the 12. High and hard to the backcourt. Here's the backhand by Arats to the inside again. Robote coming out. Arats takes this on the bounce. Looks to pass. Ben takes it in the air. Backhand from the 11. Robote forehand hard to the inside. Gaucheri has it. Coasty inside at the side wall. That's a tremendous play by Arats. Hard backhand by Ben. Here's the backhand by Arats. Robote. Arats on the catch. Backhand from the 10 line. Wall to wall he goes from the left side. Split placement called for by Arats. Arats gets it inside. Gaucheri's there winding up. Hard to the inside. And Arats is there too. Here's the backhand.
Yeah.
That does not clear the overhead screen. 4-4 is the score. Gaucheri serves the Renegades.
Yeah, well, Arats, I mean, was on the outside, made a fine catch, and he's coming back here, lunging in, makes the play, but you'd never had, yeah. I mean, see how high he threw it? I mean, he hits it up in the fourth row there, and it kicks up and out of play. It feels like it's been a perfect start to the match for the Renegades, and still, the Fireballs have a chance, which is a good sign. They've weathered the Gaucheri storm. I mean,
Absolutely.
It was a big one early.
Hanging in there.
And after Lalu made that one stop, you see that last point, Gaucheri played it differently than he played the previous 7 or 8 points.
Beautiful catch by Arats off a hard serve by Gaucheri. Here's Ben. Backhand from the 11. Arats is there. Backhand to the inside. Robote. That rebound off the back wall. Lalu reaches in. Backhand. A low bullet stop by Gaucheri. Gaucheri powerfully to the inside, and Arats is there. Robote forehand. This one caught by Arats. Arats goes to the inside. Gaucheri calls for it. Arats from the 13 line sends it to the backcourt. Ben takes it in the air at the 11. Lalu now, midcourt, backhand, powerfully thrown. Coming out of the Robote low, Gaucheri makes the save. Lalu calls for it, Gaucheri cuts it off, winds up. Costello 2-all will score. That is 5 points for Gaucheri and Ben of the Renegades. Possible set, possible match point.
Well, he just took his eye off of it, Stu. And you're going to see Lalu here looking right at the glass and not at the, oh, man. Right as the ball's approaching, you see him take his eye off it and look at the front wall.
Happens fast.
That is, I mean, he's got to be licking his chops at the opportunity with the right side on the outside to try to take a 5-4 lead, and instead, now you got to win 2 points to even get yourself into a third set. Oh,
ball
boy.
tipped, point, set, and match for Gaucheri and Ben, taking it in straight sets, 6-1, 6-4.
And that's about as competitive of a match as you're going to see with a 6-1, 6-4 scoreline. Tight there late, but the Renegades pull away and win their second in a row and take a 2-1 game day lead. Coming up next, we'll have Gonaga and Flores against Jednan Cabrera. Again, Cabrera subbing for Ron in that Division 5 doubles match. But let's see the final sequence again. As a previous point here. Here's the 2-all. And Lalu. Oh, man. Missed ball, and the match goes to the Renegades.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
Whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Well, let's take a look at that game day score now, reflecting that win by the Renegades. Sherry and Ben getting it done here in the championship over Lalu and Arats. Yet another one of those toss-ups featuring Sherry or Goanaga. The Renegades have won both as they lead 2-1 going into match 4. Sherry and Ben joining us in the DraftKings Players Cage. Guys, coming out in this final match, we talked about the pressure that is on some of your teams here tonight, but you guys delivered in a big way. Splitting the season series, what was your confidence level coming into this match against Lalu and Arats?
I'm always confident when I step on the court with him. I just know I got to do my job.
Yeah, it was a difficult match, but we knew that we had to win if we want to win the championship. So we did a great job, and I'm happy for the win.
All right, guys, well done so far. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And, I mean, it's Sherry's a ton of accomplishments, Ben as well here, but that may be the best that team has played in a championship.
Did Ben miss a ball?
I don't think so.
I don't think he missed
Ben
one. Missing a ball.
No.
I know Sherry threw all the shots.
No,
I know that.
Flawless play in the back by Ben. Sherry doing his thing in the front. And perfect combination there. Moving over to Division 5 doubles. Goanaga and Flores take on Jedin and Cabrera. Cabrera subbing for Ron. Goanaga and Flores, best record in Division 5 this year, 9-1 mark. Jedin and Ron 5-5, so not all too bad, but again, playing a little short-handed here without Ron. This is Cabrera's third match already. Both matchups in the regular season won by the Renegades, 6-3, 2-6, 6-1 back on February 28th, and 6-1, 6-0 on March 25th. Renegades won them both. See if they can add another here in the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin match number 4. The Renegades lead this best-of-7 series 2-1. Representing the Renegades, we have the team of Goanaga and Flores. And for the Fireballs, it's Jedin and Cabrera. There's a serve. We begin our 4th match. Backhand to the inside, stopped by Goanaga. There's a powerful throw, floated up, caught by Cabrera in the corner. Robote left side, Jedin looking for it, not gonna get there. Cabrera picks it right off the wall, backhand to wall. Oh, Goanaga stopped it, Cortada, it's a soft one. It dropped in to score. 2 bounces, first point for Goanaga and Flores.
Goanaga came out ripping the serve, calling Flores off. Looking to set the pace, knowing that Cabrera's played 2 before this.
Cabrera plays the backhand up the middle, catch by Flores from the 11 line, drops it inside. Good pickup overhead, Cabrera. Back in the corner, there's Flores. Jedin, backhand thrown wall to wall. Goanaga backpedaling, sends it inside. Scoop by Cabrera. Now Goanaga backhand 2 wall. Jedin all alone makes the stop, but lost it as he went to make the throw. 2 in a row for the Renegades.
Not sure if he didn't have complete control over the ball or dropped it in the process of trying to throw a 2-wall. Looked like he may have been going for a 2-wall. One way or the other, ball rolled out as he was winding up. 2-0 in the first set.
Great catch there by Cabrera from the inside, sends it deep, right in the corner. Robote laid up. It's a catch by Jedin, pushed out to the inside. Flores all alone, he makes the play, charging down the inside. Cabrera again, sends it out of reach. Long Robote, Goanaga drops it inside again. High scoop, here's Cabrera. Flores stops it along the wall, backhand, picked up on the bounce, Cabrera. Hard throw. Oh, the wall, down the rebote. Goanaga on a knee, plays it back to Cabrera. Plays the backhand up. Flores runs under it. Now Goanaga from the costado, soft drop shot, not droppy enough. Cabrera gets up to it, blasts the backhand. Flores ducks away. Goanaga saves the rebote. It's floating along the wall. Cabrera gets up to it. Powers another backhand. Flores reaches in this time to make the play. Goanaga calls him off. Rebote right between them. Now Cabrera lunging back, returns a 2-all off the rebote, but it's out of play. That's 3 for the Renegades.
Not a bad idea. Just off the rebote and the way his body, he just wasn't in position to make that throw. It was real high on the side wall to the front wall and just carried off the court.
That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Second serve is good there. Cabrera. Oh, runner to the inside. Flores stops it in the corner. What a scoop. Now Cabrera from the 10. He blasts it out of reach. Flores calls for Goanaga. Saves the rebote. Now backhand inside. Goanaga goes up, cuts it off, sends it back. Up the middle.
What
Cabrera with a leaping grab. Quickly off to the inside. Goanaga gets there. Backhand 2-wall. Leaping catch. Jedden 2-wall. Too low. That caught the pad. And the pad is bad. 4 points for the Renegades.
Jedden he made a difficult catch and tried to execute a very difficult play. Now the outside was wide open. I mean, Goanaga was not out there, but oftentimes when you try to pair a difficult throw together with a difficult catch, it doesn't always work out.
Oh, great stop there by Cabrera. Backhand on the inside, missed. That's the first point for Jedden Cabrera. No shutout here in our first set.
That's nice of Cabrera. He's already played played his third game and told the judge, don't worry about it, I'll get it.
Oh, Goanaga picks the serve. Drop shot, dropped in to score. 5 points. Possible set point. Goanaga and Flores.
Yeah, Goanaga is in the service box. He's looking for this serve.
Right to him.
Yeah. And this drop shot. Here's the first bounce. Where's the second bounce? Between the 3 and 4. Well done.
Oh, good stop there by Cabrera. Backhand 2-wall, scores. That extends the set. 2 points. Fireball serve.
Again, Cabrera's done an excellent job of eyeing those 2-walls when he does throw them. Where are his opponents? Moving to the inside, looking to the inside. That's well done by Cabrera. Risky shot that doesn't always pay off, especially if you put it on Goanaga's forehand. That time it worked.
Flores from the 8 line, blasts the backhand. Cabrera looking for it. Jedden has to save the rebote. He does. Cut off along the inside. Backhand 2-wall, a high one. It's tipped. Point and set. Goanaga and Flores win it 6-2. 2 minutes. Come back and play our second set.
So a backhand 2-wall begot a backhand 2-wall.
Yeah. Well, Goanaga started breaking them out, and a couple missed balls by Jedden there on the outside. All adds up to a 6-2 victory for the Renegades, leading 2-1 in this best of 7. Goanaga and Flores 9-1 in the regular season. The only loss suffered early in the season, that came against, I believe it was Joseph and Julian when Joseph was subbing for the Warriors. The Renegades won 8 in a row to close out the regular season. That's Goanaga and Flores. They won in the semifinal, so 9 in a row coming into this match. It would be 10 if they win it. Goanaga is such a great player on this team, controlling things up there in the front court. And Flores, I'll tell you what, the last couple of game days in the semifinals and tonight, he's looked solid there in the back. Hasn't been called on many times, but when he has been, he's right there to make the catch.
Yeah, I don't believe, again, like we were saying before about Ben. I haven't seen Flores miss a ball in the back. Communication with his front quarter is spot on. Once again, you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. It is the final for Winter 2025.
Not only the final for these players, Stu, but for some charities as well. And tonight's participating charities, the UD Foundation and the Slam Foundation, have a chance to win collectively $50,000 through the World Jai-Alai League's impactful charitable program. The Renegades playing on behalf of the Udonis Haslam Foundation, which aims to address the socioeconomic and mental health issues that plague the inner cities. Their mission is to give hope to children and families in the underserved communities by facilitating exposure to opportunities and access to care and resources. The Fireballs are playing on behalf of the Slam Foundation. Its mission is to advance learning opportunities for children from all walks of life through a national network of slam schools that prepare students for college and industry careers. Second set, ready to go. There's a serve. We begin. Second set with a drop shot to the inside, and that'll score. Quick first point of set 2. Goanaga and Flores take it.
Goanaga's eyeing Jedden's serve, beautifully picking it, and again, a drop shot to the inside that's dead. Well in advance of the 4 line. Server basically serves and has to cover the outside, especially Goanaga up there. If he picks it and throws a 2-wall, that's on Jedden to make that stop.
Cabrera handles that serve back into the inside. Stopped by Goanaga from the 9. He plays it inside. Good catch by Cabrera. Flores from deep in the backcourt floats it up. Cabrera keeps it on the left side. Low runner. Flores all alone. He scoops it up. Cabrera calls him off. Low runner again. Flores reaches. That one missed. Jen and Cabrera tie it up. 1-1.
Cabrera with some really thoughtful throws there. Those 2 pressed hard to the inside. Low runners. Flores handled the first one beautifully. That second one came up on him quick. Just tipped it.
Flores from the outside. Powerful backhand coming up the middle. Cabrera, left side, Rebote save. Ooh, Renegades running with it. Goanaga all the way to the outside, makes the save. Cabrera with a backhand 2-wall. Caught him going the other way, but he scooped it. Cortada scores. What a shot from the outside. Goanaga gives the Renegades a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, now you got to be so careful with Goanaga in this. And again, it's worked for him this evening. This time, Goanaga reaching out there. Not even in a particularly good position to throw a cortada, but threw a successful one.
Jen just out of the way of that serve. Cabrera, tough catch in the backcourt. Goanaga to the inside, high scoop. Cabrera brings it in, backhand from the 10. Caught along the inside by Flores. Dropping low, Cabrera gets up to that one. Backhand again, stopped by Flores, same spot. Kicks out to the middle of the court this time, and Cabrera's there. Low runner, Flores has to scoop it, and he does. Another one coming in low, scooped again by Flores, backhand. Trying to pass, Cabrera reaches in. Flores handles this one in the air, backhand opens up, Cabrera from the right side. Soft touch to the inside, Goanaga, tip ball. Trading points here, 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, Flores, though, spot on catching there in the back. Scooping, good control on the ball, getting the ball back to Cabrera. 2-2 here in the second set.
High, hard backhand by Flores. Rebote coming out, saved by Jedin. Cut off on the inside, Goanaga outside. Placement, the Filo scores. Renegades lead 3-2.
Goanaga, great focus, makes the catch. Fires it to the outside. Jedin's, just under his cesta. It's just coming so fast.
Hard serve, here's Cabrera. Backhand along the inside, stopped by Goanaga. He plays it back. Cabrera's there. One dies in the corner. Goanaga saves the rebote. Cabrera from the left side. This one even lower to the inside. Flores with the scoop. High, hard backhanded pass. Now Cabrera takes off. Plays the rebote up the middle, but right to Goanaga. Forehand. Oh, it's a drop shot. Dropped in to score. 4-2 lead for the Renegades.
Yeah, Goanaga has this, takes a look. This is a perfectly executed forehand drop shot. Again, that second bounce in front of the four line. So well done. Inside was wide open.
Hard serve played by Cabrera. Back to the inside, Flores. Not gonna let it let the catch. Here's the rebote coming back. Catch by Cabrera. All to wall from the left side. Rebote to the outside. Jedin right there, but dropped it. 5 points, possible set, and a possible match point for Goanaga and Flores.
See Jedin taking his helmet off. Obviously frustrated that was in his cesta. Don't know if he was thinking about making a throw or just it bobbled around. You do what you can to keep yourself in it at this point. And if you're Goanaga and Flores, finish it.
Hard serve is an ace. Point, set, and match. Goanaga and Flores take it in straight set, 6-2. 6-2. And with that, the Renegades pull within one win of the Winter 25 Battle Court Championship. They send out Gaucheri and Urbieta up next to try to close it out against Urrutia and Arats. Let's take a look, though. Final sequence here was that powerful serve by Goanaga to end it. See here, wastes no time, gets up, and when he gets it off, crosses the wall, and it scores easily for the win. Game day score reflecting that third win in a row for the Renegades. They need just one win in the final 3 matches to claim that title. The Renegades have been in the championship each of the last 4 seasons. They won, and then they've lost twice in a row the last 2 years. So not a lot still to play for here and still a lot to get to, but a match win here for the Renegades. They're crowned champions. We're gonna hear from our winning team there, Goanaga and Flores. Just one blemish this year on that record, winning both matches in the playoffs and setting up this match. The Renegades potentially win the championship. There they are, Goanaga and Flores. We said just one loss this year, and you guys have been playing great from the start. Coming in tonight, obviously the pressure in the final match. What was the game plan coming in against this team, playing with Cabrera behind him, a little different look for him?
Well, we didn't play against Cabrera during the season. We know that he's a really good catcher. He catches everything. So we try to stay solid, play our game, try to move the ball. We won, but the job is not done there yet. We need 4 games, so we need to keep working.
Perfect Goanaga. One match left. See if you guys can do it here. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Match number 5 coming up. Division 1 doubles. Gaucheri and Urbieta. Chance to win the championship against Urrutia and Arats. Gaucheri and Urbieta 8-2 in the regular season. Urrutia and Arats 5-5. And the only 2 losses for Gaucheri and Urbieta came against Inaki and Manu. Outside of that, they beat every other doubles team twice.
If they're able to finish it, what a way to retire for Urbieta. Potentially his last professional match. Played right now with the championship on the line.
Both matches in the regular season were won by the Renegades in 3 sets, 6-3, 3-6, 6-4 on March 25th, and then 6-2, 4-6, 6-2 on April 21st. Ready to begin this top division doubles match, championship on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin match number 5. The Renegades lead this best of 7, 3-1. If the Renegades win this match, they will win the championship. If the Fireballs win, we'll move on to match number 6. Representing the Renegades here, we have the team of Gaucheri and Urbieta. And for the Fireballs, it's Urrutia and Arats. Well, what we've said, Stu, is all kind of come true. Here's a final opportunity for the Fireballs to defeat Gaucheri or Goanaga. If the Renegades win this one, they're going to win the championship in 5 games. It's the last chance.
Here's the catch by Arats. Backhand from the 11 line. Gaucheri from the 9 line. That ball's on the wall the whole way. Arats is there. Here's Gaucheri. To the forehand of Urrutia. Urrutia powerfully from the right side. Caught there by Gaucheri. Urrutia now on the backhand from the 7 line to the inside. Urbieta. Robote. Gaucheri has it on the left side. To the inside he goes. Arats is there. Backhand by Urbieta. Urrutia. Backhand to the inside. Urrutia now from the 11 line. Arats is there. Gaucheri. Powerful backhand. Caught by Arats. Urbieta from the 10 line. To the inside. Into the corner it goes. Arats is there. Gaucheri. Backhand thrown powerfully to the forehand of Arats. Gaucheri saves the rebote. Light touch. Urrutia is on it. Powerful costado inside. Scooped up by Urbieta. Urrutia. Backhand from the 10. Here's Arats to the inside. Gaucheri's there. Arats now from the 11. Urbieta up high. Backhand to the inside. Gaucheri sends this. Robote. Robote now by Urrutia to the inside. Urbieta from the 11 line. Urrutia on the Robote. Kicks to the inside. Gaucheri winds up. Filo. The kill shot. Costalo outside placement will score. Gaucheri and Urbieta on the board first here for the Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
Well, Gaucheri seemingly picking up right where he left off on the last match. I mean, gets an opportunity. He goes with the Filo straight outside.
Again, we're used to seeing Gaucheri play aggressively. He just seems relaxed.
Yeah, relaxed, and he's shooting, I mean, pretty quickly here. And Urrutia, I mean, we said X factor on the night. First matchup he played against Goanaga. Gaucheri's a little bit of a different animal, just better catching, a little more range, a little quicker. So everything just a little better there in this match. Going to be tough for him.
Gaucheri on the Robote. Urrutia cuts it off with the 4. The 2-wall scooped up by Gaucheri. And the carom by Gaucheri on the return will score. 2 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri has the serve.
Well, Urrutia going for the split placement here, but Gaucheri was, I mean, right on the line of the splitter. And the carom is just out of reach. Sherry's been everywhere and in the right spot again. He read that perfectly. Takes a quick 2-0 lead. Fireball season on the line.
Powerful serve by Gaucheri is an underserve. First fault. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Urrutia picks the serve, rifles it outside to score. That's a point for the Fireballs. Urrutia and Aratz. Urrutia serves.
Gaucheri kind of floated in this second serve, doesn't cross the wall, so Urrutia attacks, gets it, and fires it outside.
Such
Feels
power.
Early.
I mean, such
so
power.
hard to read that ball.
You're right, Andrew. Urbieta makes the catch. Here's the backhand. Robote for Urrutia. Urrutia to the inside. That ball kicked. Caught by Urbieta. Urbieta high and hard to the front wall. Robote forehand by Urrutia. Passing. Gaucheri on the Robote. Taken, but tipped in the front court. That's 3 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta of the Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
Well, as I was saying earlier, Urrutia had a lot of success against Goanaga in that first matchup, but when you play against Gaucheri, I mean, you know that you're playing against the best defensive player and a guy that can kill it if he's able to stop it outside. So you're a little hesitant to throw the shots. He's always in the back of your mind, and I think that's what you're seeing early. Just not great play here from Urrutia, trying to pressing a bit and just not playing great. A lot of time to get back, though.
Gaucheri to the inside. Perfect catch. Big backhand. Robote coming out. Robote left side for the big bounce. That stays inside. What a catch by Urbieta in the corner. Aratz is there. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Urbieta again. Backhand from the 11. Aratz in the corner. Gaucheri now from the 9 line. Powerful, powerful backhand. Takes off Robote all the way to the 3 line. Rifled outside. Gaucheri came up with that catch. Aratz is there. Urrutia steps out of the way. Urbieta makes the catch. Aratz for the Robote. Urrutia rather for the Robote. Caught in the air by Urbieta. Urrutia now from the 9 line. Backhand. Aratz from the 11 line to the inside. Here's a backhand by Aratz, powerfully thrown. Robote for Gaucheri. Beautiful catch by Urrutia. Splitter caught on the forehand of Urbieta. Urbieta powerfully to the inside where it's caught by Aratz. Aratz from the left side, backhand to the inside. Robote for Gaucheri. Aratz at the 11 from the backhand. Aratz again, this time from the 10. Urbieta's there. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, played low and hard by Gaucheri. Here's Aratz. Sidearm to the inside, crossing, and stopped by Urbieta. Aratz from the 10 line. Beautiful catch by Aratz in the corner. Big backhand. Caught by Urbieta. Robote forehand. Fire to the inside by Urrutia. Gaucheri back to the inside on the sidewall, and Aratz is there. Urbieta from the 10 line. Robote forehand by Gaucheri. Powerfully thrown, beautifully caught by Aratz. Ball's on the sidewall. Gaucheri calls for it. He saves it. Aratz on the Robote, trying to pass Gaucheri. Urbieta takes it on the bounce. Gaucheri, Aratz reads it well. Gaucheri's got it. Hard to the inside. What a scoop from his knees. Aratz makes the play.
maybe overran it.
Urrutia plays the rebote well. Here's the backhand by Urbieta. Arats again, backhand, 2-all.
Oh, that's the right time.
Yermina scores for Arats. 2 points for Urrutia and Arats. Quite a point. Urrutia serves.
Well, if there's any question as to whether Arats can be a one, you just put on the tape here and just let it run.
Look at his control.
He is everywhere.
Look at that.
On a knee. I mean, he was guarding, the width of the court, directing traffic. Urrutia thought maybe that was going to jump over his head. He puts it on the wall.
Beautifully done.
And then look at this. He sees Gaucheri open up to the side wall. That's when they throw the backhand 2-all.
Powerful serve by Urrutia. Here's the backhand. Rebote left side by Urrutia to the inside. Urbieta's there. Backhand from the 12. To the forehand of Arats. Beautiful catch in the corner. Gaucheri now from the 9 line. Powerful, powerful backhand. Straight back and stopped by Arats. That ball kicked up and hit the overhead screen. That's a 4th point for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri has the serve.
Yeah, hasn't missed many balls today, but he's fallen victim to that overhead screen a couple of times now. Makes the catch, but he never has it settled in the basket. Doesn't have full control. Sends it up a little higher than he wants. Back to a 2-point lead. Gaucheri serving.
Here's the backhand by Arats. Gaucheri lets it pass. He's got the rebote, turns it into a 2-all that scores. 5 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta here in the first set. Possible set point.
Well, the Renegades have been caught a couple of times with shots off the rebote. They turned one back on their opponents here. Gaucheri recognizing that Urrutia's pushing a bit here, down 2 points here in the set, and it makes it 3 with a tremendous shot.
It's a hard serve by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand, low runner to the inside. Urbieta's there. Urrutia reaches up, backhand from the 9 line, wall to wall. Rebote kicks out to the 5. Gaucheri's on it to the inside. Arats, backhand from the 9. Low and hard and stopped by Gaucheri. Split placement, stopped by Arats. Arats to the inside. Urbieta's there. Here's Arats from the 11. Big backhand. Rebote coming out. Gaucheri, forehand rebote. Caught by Urrutia. Urrutia winds up. Powerful costado to the inside. What a catch by Urbieta. That backhand took off and hit the overhead screen. 3 points for Urrutia and Arats of the Fireballs. Still possible set point for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Got to think that Gaucheri's looking for this rebote.
Yeah, and look at that one. It just kind of ate Urbieta up, and then you see the result of the next throw up in the overhead screen. Again, the way he caught it looked like he didn't have full control, and that backhand tells you he didn't.
Here's the backhand by Urbieta. Caught in the air by Urrutia. Low hard backhand, stopped by Urbieta. Arats to the inside. Into the corner, out to the rebote. Tough save. That cleared the overhead screen. Beautifully played by Gaucheri. Here's Urrutia. Cortada. Stopped in the backcourt by Urbieta. Gaucheri picks this up on the bounce. Costado. Arats passes on the scoop, turns that into a 2-all. That lands wide. Point and set to Gaucheri and Urbieta of the Renegades. They take the first set 6-3. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set. My, oh my.
First set, well played by the Renegades, 6-3. Gaucheri and Urbieta take them within a set of the Winter 25 Battle Court Championship. The Renegades just need one of these next 2 sets, or we're going to be moving on to match 6, which will be Stan and Ben against Lalu and Cabrera, if needed.
Some replays from that first set.
Let's take a look here. Gaucheri early on makes the catch and sends it outside.
It's beautifully executed to score.
Urrutia, look at the concentration. He makes the catch. Oh, look at that. Scooped up by Gaucheri. Karam in. just out of reach.
Folks don't realize they're in the splash zone right there. I mean, you know.
I think it used to be a little splashier, if I could say so myself. It feels like the net's a little stronger. They used to come out deep into that first row.
Well, you got to tight, you know, even if there's a net between you, you don't want the front quarters sitting in the front row.
No.
Those seats are
That's
reserved.
not why that's not why the seats are open. Well, I see Ben over there getting his massage work in after the set victory, of course.
But who's massaging Ben, Andrew? Cool Fitness?
Still asking the question, Stu. We don't know. That's the shame of it all, isn't it?
I don't know if Ben signed up for the cool treatment, but we'll have to find out.
I'm with you now.
About 15 seconds away from beginning the second set. See if we'll go to a third and decisive set, or if the Renegades will take it now.
Pretty cut and dry here for the Fireballs. They need to win these next two sets to win the match and extend their season. You know, again, this Renegades team, you know exactly what you have to do going into it. But their mindset is good luck. Beat Goanaga Gaucheri. So far, Renegades have won all three. They took the first set of this match within a set of winning the championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second set. Urrutia will have the serve for the Fireballs. There's a serve by Urrutia. The second set begins. Here's the backhand by Urbieta. Hard throw to the inside. Urbieta's there. Catch by Urrutia. 2-0 by Urrutia. Thrown. In and scoring. Urrutia and Arats on the board first for the Fireballs. Urrutia has the serve.
You know, funny exactly how Urrutia played set one in his first match and how he began set two in that first match as well, just coming off shooting with the season on the line.
To shoot it with Gaucheri running up the sideline, I mean,
it's dangerous, but again, you know.
Yeah, it takes balls, big balls.
Haven't won these long rallies either, so got to switch it up. That's a great start.
Powerful serve by Urrutia. The low runner by Urbieta is scooped up by Arats. Here's the backhand by Urbieta. Backhand by Urbieta again. Urrutia, powerful backhand. Caught in the air. Here's Arats from the 12 line to the inside. Beautiful catch by Urbieta. Arats is there. Backhand from the 10. In the corner, Urbieta's there. Urrutia makes the catch. Costado inside. Powerfully thrown, beautifully caught. Backhand by Arats. High and hard to the back wall. Gaucheri for the rebote. Sidearm save. This one caught by Arats. Arats hard to the inside. Another great catch by Urbieta. Gaucheri now from the 9 line. Powerful backhand along the wall the whole way. Arats is there. Urbieta from the 11 line. Arats now on the forehand. Keeps it low. Gaucheri picks it up on the bounce. Backhand from the 8 line. Wall to wall. Splitter. Stopped on the forehand of Urbieta. Arats on the backhand to the inside. Urbieta's there again. Rebote for Urrutia. Played to the inside. Here's Urbieta from the 12 line. Arats from the 10. Arats deep in the backcourt. Backhand from the 12 line. Gaucheri. Costado to the inside at the side wall. Arats makes the stop. Rebote forehand by Urrutia to the left side of Urbieta. Arats now from the 12 line. Rebote left side. Beautiful catch by Gaucheri. He makes the catch with a hop, puts it inside. Urrutia, midcourt. Stopped by Urbieta. That backhand gets away from Urbieta and hits the pad. 2 points for Urrutia and Arats. Urrutia has a serve.
Again with that low runner, you know, you try to throw it so low that you give away the point. I mean, Urbieta, threw that in the lower half of the pad. I mean, that one not close.
Urbieta having made some spectacular catches in what potentially could be his last points playing professional highlight. Fantastic catches in the corner. Powerful serve by Urrutia. Here's the backhand. Low and hard to the inside, and Arats is there. Powerful throw from the 12 line. Rebote for Gaucheri. Big bounce brought down by Arats. Powerful backhand by Arats, stopped by Urbieta. Arats keeps it on the left side, scoops it up, hard throw to the inside. In the corner, Urbieta is there. Here's the backhand by Arats, powerfully thrown. Urbieta again. Arats takes that at the sidewall. Rebote left side to the inside. Big bounce brought down deep in the backcourt by Urbieta. Rebote. Left side by Urrutia, stays inside. Here's a backhand by Urbieta. Urrutia again. Urbieta from the 13 line. Urrutia now on the forehand. Cortada, stopped by Urbieta. Back to the inside he goes. Here's the backhand by Arats. Passing, Urbieta. Gaucheri makes the save. Arats attacks, backhand, powerfully thrown, and what a catch off the wall by Urbieta. Arats, backhand 2-all, lands in and scores. 3 points for Urrutia and Arats. Urrutia serves. It's a judgment call.
A rare miscalculation.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming fast, and sometimes it's just easier to go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gaucheri's thinking about it. I mean, maybe just a little tired. I mean, you just, again, maybe out of reach too, but he knew it right away.
Powerful, powerful serve by Urrutia. Rebote. Rebote left side, stays to the inside, and Urbieta's there on the 13 line. Arats advances, backhand from the 10. Powerful throw. Rebote. Catch by Arats, backhand from midcourt. Right to the corner, out to the rebote, on the wall. Gaucheri makes the save. Arats, again, low runner, scooped up at the back wall by Urbieta. Urrutia, 2-all, stopped by Gaucheri. Gaucheri powerfully. What a save by Arats. Here's Gaucheri. Low and hard. Oh, and my what goodness. An amazing scoop by Arats.
That's crazy.
That rebote is hooked. My, oh my, 4 points for Urrutia and Arats. Urrutia has the serve.
Well, it was a funky kick here. I mean, look at that skipped, and he still caught it.
My goodness, what
that didn't bounce at all, Stu.
No.
And then to clear the overhead screen on the next throw too is still awfully tough. My, what a combination, and maybe one that can flip the momentum. 4-0. Airball's hanging in.
Here's the backhand by Urbieta. Arats from deep in the backcourt. Urbieta from the 12 line to the inside. Arats is there. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote for Gaucheri. Forehand rebote, low and hard. Caught on the forehand of Arats. Sends it deep. Floater. Rebote played for the big bounce. Arats makes the rebote. What a catch again by Arats. Here's the backhand. Urrutia passes. Split placement, caught in the air by Gaucheri. Gaucheri rifles this one. Urrutia got in there. He made the save.
I don't think anybody was
Here's
focused
Gaucheri.
on it.
Costello 2-all, hit the pad.
Wow.
That is 5 points for Urrutia and Arats of the Fireballs. Urrutia has the serve. Well, not to be undone.
No.
I think Urrutia had enough of Arats making just blisteringly crazy catches.
Well, the presence of mind to get back into this play, too, is, I mean, that's just great instincts by Urrutia. Look at where he starts. I mean, that's a great catch by Arats. He's not too far from where he's going to be to try to save this Rebote. Look at Urrutia, couldn't get up there. Arats, look at where he is. I mean, he starts up at the 5 line when Gaucheri throws it and gets to this
Gaucheri
Rebote.
picks the serve. Costado stopped by Urrutia. Powerful forehand. Rebote save. Caught by Urrutia. Urrutia powerfully. What a catch by Urbieta. To the inside where it scores. There will be no shutout in this set. Gaucheri and Urbieta on the board with a point. Gaucheri has a serve. Still possible set point for Urrutia and Arats.
I can't remember better play across the board, all players, all rankings in a championship game day. I mean, Urbieta here, I mean, it's player by player is the star of every point. First Arats, then Urrutia, then Urbieta here makes the save, then the catch as it crosses the wall and gets his team the point.
You're right, Andrew. I mean, just tremendous play, presence of mind, keeping yourself in it. Here's the backhand by Arats, wall-to-wall. Rebote coming out to the 5 line. Gaucheri to the inside. Rebote forehand. Gaucheri on the left side. Costado 2-all. Lands in and scores. Quite the coastie by Gaucheri. Gaucheri and Urbieta with 2 points and the serve.
Yeah, that's particularly nasty, Stu. I
Where
mean,
did this
we usually
open
talk.
up?
I mean, this was the, oh my, that's like the 1.5 line?
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that just kissed the front wall and opened up wide.
Beautifully done.
You usually see that with the right side. With the left, that takes special power.
Powerful serve by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand by Arats. Rebote. Arats on the catch. Here's the backhand. Urbieta from the 11 line to the inside. Rebote. Left side by Urrutia. Big bounce. Urbieta keeps it going. Catch by Urrutia. Urrutia powerfully dropping. Saved by Urbieta. The scoop attempt goes off the frame of Urrutia Sesta. That is a 3rd point for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri has a serve. A 5-1 lead is dangerous. We've always said it. Especially when you got Urrutia ready to retire and you got Gaucheri.
Urbieta, yeah.
Urbieta.
I don't think Urrutia is retired.
No. He's got, hopefully at least another 20 years anyway.
But the scoop there, boy, what a tough play. Big bounce, too, and Renegades with 3.
I can't even keep up. Rebote coming out. Gaucheri to the inside. Arats lets it pass, makes the save, sent that too high. It hit the overhead screen. That is a 4th point for Gaucheri and Urbieta here in the 2nd set. Still possible set point for Urrutia and Arats. Gaucheri serves.
And really just the last 2 points, lazy mistakes by the Fireballs. Urrutia flat-footed tries to scoop one up in front of the 4 line when Arats easily could have made the catch in the backcourt. And Arats just kind of swinging wildly on that Rebote, catching a piece of the overhead screen. When you have a 5-1 or a 5-2 lead, it feels bigger than it is. And I don't know if Urrutia goes for that scoop if it's not 5-1 or 5-2. I'm not sure Arats plays the Rebote quite like that if they're down a point or it's tied. And now it's 5-4, just like that.
Fault under serve. 2nd serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
I mean, and now you're just playing a match to 2. I mean, if you're the Renegades, you can just win 2 points. Everything that happened before doesn't really matter, just 2. Oh, but
Urrutia picks the serve. The 2-all is off the court and out of play. It is 5-5. This is set point for the Fireballs to bring it to a third and final set. This is possible match and championship point for Gaucheri, Urbieta, and the Renegades.
Just missed it. You know, he's got a great opportunity there, Stu. It's not going to get any better. He just threw it wide. You know, you can't fault him. You just got to execute late.
Here's the catch by Aratz, backhand to the inside. Gaucheri has it in the air. Powerful, powerful backhand. Robote coming out. Arrutia on the Robote. Catch by Urbieta at the 13 line. Aratz is there. Backhand from the 12. Robote for Gaucheri. To the inside. Robote dropping. Saved by Aratz. To the outside it goes. Urbieta on the forehand. Catch by Aratz, backhand. Straight up the middle. Urbieta's there. Backhand to the inside. Catch by Arrutia. Arrutia from the costado. Catch by Urbieta over the heads of two players. This one caught by Aratz. To the corner it goes. Urbieta's there again. Arrutia from the 9 line. Powerful, powerful backhand. Robote for Gaucheri. Gaucheri on the Robote to the inside. Aratz alone for the Robote. Caught by Gaucheri. Catch on the forehand of Aratz. Cortada by Aratz. Stopped by Gaucheri. Backhand from the 9 line. Into the corner it goes. Aratz is there. Here's Gaucheri from the 8 line. Wall to wall. Robote coming out. Powerful forehand Robote. Gaucheri to the outside. He makes a diving save. Aratz up high. Backhand from the 7 with control. Urbieta backhand to the inside. Aratz takes it in the air to 12. Robote for Gaucheri. Arrutia comes cross court with control in the backhand. Robote coming up the middle. Gaucheri to the inside. Aratz. Robote to the inside. Big bounce. Brought down by Urbieta in the corner. Arrutia makes the catch. Winds up. Urbieta to the inside. Catch by Arrutia. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Robote for Gaucheri up at the 5 line. Split placement. Stopped on the forehand of Aratz. Aratz keeps it low. Urbieta reaches in and keeps it alive. Big backhand follows. Robote, split placement, scooped up by Gaucheri. Gaucheri, this one caught by Arrutia. Arrutia fires it from the costado, and Urbieta's there. Aratz from the 10 line, backhand. Urbieta, backhand to the inside. Robote left side by Arrutia, kicks up, and Urbieta's there. Aratz from the 12, backhand. Powerfully thrown to the corner. Robote by Arrutia, back to the inside. Here's Urbieta at the back wall. Aratz, what a catch at the sidewall at the 13. That ball stays on the inside, floating out. Gaucheri makes the play. Arrutia, Robote to the inside. Urbieta advances, backhand from the 11. Aratz from the 13, backhand to the inside. Gaucheri looking for the Robote up high. Aratz takes it on the bounce, backhand from the 11.
Tough one.
Ball is tipped. Point, set, match, and the Winter 2025 Championship for Gaucheri, Urbieta, and the Renegades.
Point.
And there you have it, Andrew. My, oh my. The Renegades win it. What a hard-fought set. What a hard-fought match. Phenomenal, phenomenal play, Andrew. Phenomenal, phenomenal play.
For Urbieta. Going out with a victory here as we'll catch up with the champions. We'll get the Renegades over here. Guys, come up over this way. Gaucheri, Goenaga, Flores, champions of the Winter 25 Battle Court season here with the captain, Gaucheri. Ben's back behind him. We'll get Urbieta over here. Urbieta's coming. Here with the champion Renegades, Urbieta and Gaucheri. You guys out there is the #1 team, able to close it out there. But I'll ask you, Gaucheri, you've been on this team the last 3 seasons. You've lost in the championship those 2 years. How much motivation did you have coming into tonight to get it done?
A lot, no? Always it's a privilege to be on the final. If we are in the finals, if we lose, it's a good job too, but if we win, it's better. Happy. I'm sad about my fireballs too, because I want my brother to win too, but it's not possible for both of us, and happy because we lost, like you said, 2 in a row, and we deserve this one.
Yeah, and Urbieta, I'll ask you, a big part of this Renegades team, we talked about you're retiring after this year. What does it mean to go out as a champion, winning your final season here in Battle Court?
It's amazing. I think it's the perfect way to finish my career. It's been many years. I want to thank everybody who was part of this career. Many years, many players, many friends, all my family. I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Awesome, guys. Congratulations to the Renegades. We'll make our way over back this way. Our Winter 25 Battle Court champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me get the Renegades over here. Let me get the whole team. Come on over, guys. Let's go. All right. What a night for Jai-Alai. What a night for this team. UD's team led by Gosheri, their captain. They've been to the finals 5 out of 7 seasons. They lost the last 2 in sudden death. It's only fitting season 7 goes to the Renegades. Hold on, don't do that yet. All right, and while we've got the Renegades out here, we've got Sylvester King out here representing the UD Foundation. It's our pleasure at Magic City Jai-Alai, Battle Court Jai-Alai, to present this check to the UD Foundation for $40,000. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Let's hear it for the Renegades. Let's hear it for the Fireballs, a gallant team. It was an amazing final. As we said, 5 out of 7 years to the championship. It's a little bit of time for celebration for these boys. Let's let them celebrate their championship. Our Renegades.
The Renegades over there, guys, celebrating that Winter 25 championship. We're gonna step out of the way here. The last couple of years we've had to get a new pair of shoes, so we'll let these guys get the champagne on. I think we're going to close it out here with you folks as the Renegades are celebrating over here to my left. It's been a great Winter 25 Battle Court season, confetti going off. We'll be back after the summer, first week of September, back for Season 8. Stu Nyman, it's been a great season. Pleasure working alongside you. Congratulations again to the Renegades, our champions. We'll see you back in September, folks. Have a good night.
Do you have any serving rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the Jai-Alai ball.
Just like that effortless look, you know, but it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Jai-Alai you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys.